Yes, we're welcoming you guys to the grand finals today. Tyler versus Garry. Gary's taken the play. On Gary's side, we're looking at a Malta 1, but he's scryed to the bottom. He's got a, sorry, 1 mulligan to 6. He's got a Titan Strength, 2 Treasure Cruisers, a Slip, Smouldering Mosh, and a Shivan Reef. 2 of those lands are currently on the battlefield. Tyler has a less explosive start. He's got a Dragonlord Urgetai, Murderous Cart Negate, Slumber Scorn, Island, Flooded Strand, and a Painful Truths.
Players have started pretty quickly here. Garry playing a turn 2 Habit of Carol Keep and getting it Silumgar Scorned by Tyler. And, turn 5 Urgetai into Scoop. Okay, that was a very quick game 1.
That is the quickest game 1 we've had thus far.
Yeah.
They are both scrying. Can't really see much of Gary's scry. Tyler goes to the bottom.
Gary
really looks like he
needs
kept
to
it.
find
Yeah.
a creature here.
Yeah.
So if it's not a creature on top, it's going to the bottom.
That looks like a...
We got there.
Yay!
Alright, we have a game.
Turn 2 Swift Sphere. Not even the flying one, but we got there.
But it did let him play the tapped Wandering Fumarole,
Yeah.
which seems very good in this
Getting
matchup.
that out of the way. I think, yeah. What he's, at the least, he's representing that he has a bunch of tap lands, but, I mean, Tyler probably knows that Garry doesn't need much for this deck to function.
Okay. Let's see what Tyler has for turn 2.
Most likely looking at a Jace here.
Yep, there we go. How brave are you? Do you block?
Tyler's got like a negate in hand and not much else.
That's a foul tongue implication.
Tyler has a
Silumgar
great
Scorn,
hand.
So his hand's actually pretty great.
That is a really good hand. What do you take if you're Garry here?
That is difficult. I think you have to take the foul tongue. Just because you only have the one creature. Oh no, he takes Scorn, okay. Maybe he drew another creature?
So he attacks.
I
don't think I block.
No. Not when he's triggered prowess, it's sorcery speed.
Jace might die.
I don't think you're jumping with Jace here.
I think you need Jace to flip.
Okay, so if you're Tyler, do you just snap off this foul tongue?
No.
Do you do it in response to the fetch?
I'm more likely to do that.
Yeah, I like it in response to the fetch more than just
If he
into the
fetches,
open mana.
yeah.
But
Oh, he fetches a tap land.
I think if you're planning to cast the foul tongue, though, you do it at sorcery speed
sure.
on your own turn.
But are you really with like a negate and some other stuff in hand? Like you can just negate whatever Garry tries to play, or you can FTI in response here. But I wouldn't mind leaving it till end of turn and just seeing how Gary's turn plays out. Do you block? Oh, he
I would foul tongue before blocks.
Yeah. Just
But
in case.
then he's going to sack the Swift Spear,
Yeah.
and you don't have the option to block. But we're going to have a flip Jace here.
That's why I don't mind blocking the Swift Spear so much.
Yeah, if you're casting Foul Tongue, though, you might as well do it before blocks. But I would have cast it at sorcery speed, I think, just to avoid the minor blowout of the prowess trigger.
So Garry gets in for 1. It's a very slow clock for Gary. Gary's taking a look at Tyler's hand. He sees the dragons, he sees the lands to cast them, and some permission in between. There's obviously a Jace. I would definitely say that Gary is definitely at a disadvantage here.
It's interesting that Tyler decided to go up on the flying Swift Spear rather than going down for the foul tongue when Gary didn't counter last turn. So it seems likely that he didn't have a counter. Here's the treasure cruise.
So we managed to cast it. Tapping out.
And then okay, Tyler casting a dig through time. Here, exiling 5 from his graveyard, so now that his second Jace is just a looter. Tyler has managed to find his one flaying tendrils.
It's unfortunately not very impressive here.
No, it's a little
But I think that's a
awkward,
very good thing.
But I'd be interested to know whether he takes it just because it's good at stopping the things that get Gary back into the game.
What else was in the anticipate? I think I missed it.
The dig through time?
Yep, sorry. He didn't take the flaming tendrils.
No, he did take a land though, and another foul tongue. So he's now got the negate up.
Yep.
Still.
Flaming tendrils looking great now.
Well,
Now?
I mean, it's looking better and better, but
Not great. Do you think this board presence that Gary's developed puts Tyler in any amount of trouble, or do you think he'll be able to deal with it
it
appropriately?
really depends how many spells Gary has in hand. It's one of those classic things with any of these decks, prowess, heroic, things like that. Their threats are quite anemic until they actually start chaining together their cantrips.
I'm just going to update it to show Tyler having one win. It was so quick, you might have missed it. Fumarole getting in there, Wandering Fumarole, leaving one Storm Chaser back, assumably the one targeted by Jace.
And then using the Looter Jace
I
to...
believe Tyler's drawn an ultimate price, which looks pretty poor on this board.
yeah. Just getting Ojutide down.
He has no edict effects to be worried about. Obviously, it can't be targeted while it's untapped.
There are no edict effects, but it is a little awkward to be blocking the
The flying swift spears with it. Storm
yeah,
Chaser
just-
Mage is
just
their
because,
name.
A Titan strength is
Yeah.
so good against you there. And then okay, so we have a target for the ultimate price. Okay, Magnetic Insight, discarding an island.
That's never a bad thing when you've got 6 lands in play already.
I think it's a good addition to this deck because
You do get flooded sometimes.
that's what's going to happen when you're drawing through so many cards. Eventually you're going to hit a clump of lands, and if you don't have a way to clear that out, then
So at the moment, they've got 1 prowess trigger on them. Gary's probably digging for a Titan strength here.
yeah, Titan Strength's got to be one of his better hits, if not his best.
Gary Gary attacks fearlessly, not caring if Ojutai blocks or not.
I think he's kind of in that position now where
You have to.
he has to. And to a certain extent, Tyler doesn't want to just snap block.
Yeah.
Because if this Ojutai dies, he's left holding a foul
removal
tongue that
spells.
isn't really on, and an ultimate prize.
I don't think you block here. He's on a very healthy life total. He's got another foul tongue, which is powered by the fact that he's got an Ojutai on the battlefield. I think you very safely just take some damage. Just take the hit, deal with it.
And he does
he
have
did
the
have the
Titan
Titan
strength.
strength.
So there we go.
So 3, 6, 9, 12 points of damage coming across. And a scry. So each of them have 2 pumps. Plus 3.
I think it's 3 pumps, isn't it? Because there was a magnetic insight.
Oh,
treasure
there was a
cruise,
magmatic inside as
Titan
well.
strength. This
Sure,
is a
I
lot of
missed that.
damage.
Yeah, so 4, 8, 12, 15 points of damage coming across, and Tyler's going to fall to 7. Going to go back to, yeah.
In fairness, he does get to untap.
So
and-
this is what this deck does.
Yeah.
We finally learned.
It looked great against Andrew's deck, just roasting
Yeah.
Siege Rhino each turn, getting in for 4 points of damage, and it just punished Tyler very hard for tapping out for an Ojutai.
Would you have played the Ojutai in that position? Or would you have kept up Foul Tongue Negate?
I think that I would have played the Ojutai with full awareness that I'm going to get punished very severely if he has a hand like he had.
Tyler's just jamming the removal now, I think.
Yeah, I think you just ultimate price the Swift Spear, Foul Tongue, one of the Storm Chaser mages, and then plus on the one left.
Okay, so he took less damage than we thought he did because Jace had impacted him. So we were a little bit wrong with our 15 points of damage, though that would have been pretty sick.
Yeah.
So it's 13 all, and we've just seen Tyler drop from 22, and
Yeah,
Gary
one
just...
turn.
Yeah. Oh, gets rid of a negate, leaves Tyler with a land in hand. That's not a good place to be.
The awkward thing is, though, for Gary, that unless he has an answer for this Ojutai, or he can force it to just sit on defense all day, Tyler's essentially drawing 2 cards a turn.
Yeah, he's also on a 3-turn clock, unless he starts chump blocking, which isn't a place this blue-red deck wants to be.
Yeah.
So I think whilst, Gary kind of pulled ahead with that big attack, he basically used most of his resources to get there, which doesn't put his deck in a position.
It's kind of true, but a lot of the resources he used drew cards as well.
Yeah.
So that's sort of the benefit of all of these cantrip effects in this deck. What do we got here? Okay, Jace.
Yeah. There's this, again, shows us some of the reach that Gary's added into this deck. So, I'm no expert on this blue-red prowess deck, as I've said multiple times. Oh!
Okay, so that is a block and then a wild slash.
He knows that one of Tyler's cards is a land, and one of the... Yeah, that's
So
not
Gary 2-for-1s himself, but leaves Tyler with very little going on, really.
You're 2-for-1ing yourself. You stop Tyler drawing like 2 cards at another card a turn, essentially. His hand's pretty much dead without that Ojutai. Foul Tongues and Scorns are not doing so hot.
Yeah, obviously everything goes quite poorly if Tyler's draw step is a counterspell, but Gary has just assessed the situation and decided that he has to go for it.
So at the moment, there's just been a large battle of trading resources, and now they're both down to 1 or 2 cards. I think Tyler's draws are significantly more live, but Gary's are pretty hasty.
It's interesting that Tyler... Did he tap the Shambling Vents there or no?
I don't think he has it. I don't think
No, okay, he did.
Yeah,
It's
no, he
down there.
didn't,
So we have,
the ability to block, and I think Gary's aware of that, which is why Swift Speed didn't get in. It also tells us that he doesn't have enough pump to get through a Shambling Vent, and he's not particularly interested in just letting them bump off each other and letting Tyler gain 2 life.
Well, it's also why we didn't see an activation on the Wandering Fumarole, I think, as well.
Yep.
Okay.
So Tyler is hellbent, but he flashes back a dig through time.
Yep.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, he was sort of slow rolling it last turn. Flashing back the removal spell instead, just making sure that he is ahead.
I think that's just a safe way to play it. He saw
Definitely.
how hard he got punished when he just jammed the Ojutai.
Definitely. Just draw and go at this point. Tyler ticking up Jace, and he's drawn a dig through time. Which is met
raw
by
dogging
disdainful
it.
stroke.
Well, that's an Ojutai combined with a Crocs of Fate.
Yeah.
He correctly cast the Ojutai this time. It's a little joke, we're friends. Nice things. Daniel's cackling, for those who can't hear it. So Garry has, like 1 or 2 cards in hand? Tyler's got a Crocs and something else. It's weird to think that if game 1 hadn't gone so poorly, we'd probably be seeing a game 3, but in this position, it's very likely we won't be.
Yeah, it feels like Gary's deck really is supposed to win game 1.
Yeah.
It's one of those
It just-
traditional sort of aggro decks.
If you're on the play with this deck, you can deal so much damage.
Okay, activating the Wandering Fumarole. And killing Jace. Okay.
Yeah, I accept. I think Gary's just down for trading resources and hoping to draw into some more treasure cruisers here. Just fuel his hand again.
Yeah, he's just cutting off the ability for Tyler to flash back that dig through time. Sack a Jace, turn him into a dig through time, which is obviously a pretty good trade at this point.
I think he just drew another Jace.
Okay.
Gary's now on a 2-turn clock though. More if the Shambling Vent connects.
And Jace gets overpriced.
And I think Tyler's probably going for lethal here.
Yeah, he's sacking the fetch. And unless... I mean, he doesn't have lethal because Gary's going to presumably...
Block with the Wandering Fumarole?
Yeah, activate the land at very least. But...
Looks like we'll be seeing the end of game 2 very quickly, whether it's Tyler or Garry that meets it. So the Fumarole and the Shambling Vent are either going to bounce off each other or they're going to trade. Tyler's got the removal spell before blocks, that's game. Tyler wins 2-0 and is officially the winner of the trophy for the first pop lot of 2016.
There you go.
Congratulations, Tyler.
Esper Dragon still got it.
Deck has got game.
Yeah.